Good morning, Oklahoma, and welcome to Cow-Calf Corner. This week's topic is the Oklahoma Quality Beef Network. We are fortunate to be joined by Paul Vining, coordinator of the OQBN sales. This is an interesting thing for producers in Oklahoma. It's an opportunity to capture some premiums whenever we're going to be selling our weaned calves. If we stick to some protocol and manage them accordingly, we're pretty well documented at this point, aren't we, Paul, about the premiums producers have received out of this program over the years. And I guess as we get started, what kind of premiums have producers been seeing going through the OQBN sales?
Well, so far prices have been strong, as you know, just looking at the overall cattle market. Over the past several years, over the past 11 years or so, we've seen premiums average about $13 per hundredweight. So if that's a 500-pound calf, you're making around $65 just on the premium from OQBN alone. So that certification does add some value. So far, we've sold a few calves in some outside sales. I've helped some guys, and the premiums have been really strong. So they're happy, and I'm happy, and it's a good year.
As we get into that checklist of things that a producer would need to follow in order to get calves into an OQBN sale, what are those management practices that we need to work through?
So the calves need to be weaned at least 45 days. They need to be raised on the ranch of origin. Bull calves need to be castrated. Calves with horns need to be dehorned. And 2 rounds of vaccinations, so 2 rounds of respiratory vaccines with at least one of them being modified live. And we have 3 different protocol options. You can check online or talk with me. And 2 rounds of blackleg, so 2 rounds of clostridial, and should be good to go.
And producers need to be BQA certified?
Yes, producers do need to be BQA certified, so you can get your BQA certification online or stop in at your local extension office, and we have some great educators that can help you get that. But yes, you need to be BQA certified to participate in OQBN.
And as far as documentation that we follow these practices, how do we go about getting that done?
Well, we have a third-party verification, so an extension educator or area livestock specialist will come out to your farm, your ranch, and look at your calves, review your protocol, review your enrollment form and your vaccination record, and conclude, that you've met all the certifications, the requirements, and sign off on it. So that's our third-party verification, and that's where it really OQBN kind of stands out and differs from a lot of other programs, is that we do have that third-party verification and support to help you and confirm that you've met all the requirements.
Sure. And Paul, the question we always get back to, we know producers can get a premium for doing this. Why does that stock or yearling operator want to pay that premium? What's the benefit of these calves going on through the chain?
Great question, and that's really kind of the point and the highlight of the program, is that those calves do remain healthier once they leave the ranch of origin. So when they go to the next phase of production, they remain a lot healthier. Studies have shown that percentages of bovine respiratory disease are less in these preconditioned calves, and it really just bolsters the reputation of the cow-calf producer and the organization as a whole. So
I know we got several sales lined up. I think that first one comes up in early November. It's at OKC West.
Yes, first sale is November 7th at OKC West. We have 9 other sales at some other stockyards around the state. So we're not limited to those sales. Those sales are special. We advertise those sales. I'll be at those sales to help promote the program. But if you choose to sell at an outside sale, that's no problem. I can print a certificate with all your information on it, how many days weaned, the vaccinations that you've given, and you can sell it at your sale of choice.
But all that information is on your OQBN website. So producers, different parts of the state, can find a sale that may work for them in their region and know that weaning date in order to have those calves weaned for at least 45 days prior to that sale. And basically anything anybody needed to know about OQBN sales, you've got documented on that website.
That's correct. Yes, everything you would need to know about the program is there on the website. If you have any questions or have trouble finding or navigating that web page, you can contact me. My information's on there. We have some great area livestock specialists. Their information is also on that webpage, and they're a great help to work with as well.
Great. Paul, I appreciate your time, and as always, we appreciate you guys being with us. Thanks for joining us on Cow-Calf Corner. We'll see you next week.